my recommendation for everyone, whether you're sick or not, is when you're outside is to wear a mask. And you say, "Oh no, you can't wear masks. You can't." First off, you're going to be publicly shamed. You might look like you're sick, and I don't want to look like that. And even on this, let's go to our CDC website and see what they say. So I want to open up this in a new tab so I don't lose my place there. But let's go and see what we can do. Slow the spread. What do we got? All right, so this is been updated again. If you feel sick, don't go to work. Okay, this is good. Does it say anything about wearing a mask on this? No, it just says stay away, keep everyone at home, because this is what the United States plan is just to shelter in place, social isolate yourself, distance yourself from each other, 6 feet, for those that are educated, that's 2 meters. Okay, I don't know if you can see this here, but all right, we've got, I can't, that's a far distance. I can't even, keep going. You know how far 6 feet is? All right, that's 6 feet. It's as long as you are tall for me. That means that if I can touch you, if we can reach our hands and we can touch, that's too close. You need to have at least a foot in between you, fully stretched out. How many people are doing that? Okay, so I went to Walmart a couple of days ago to get something for my sick, my wife's sick grandmother. So she's my grandmother now. But during that time, let me go back to my sharing my screen. During that time, man, I went into Walmart, and we've got all the educated people in the world at Walmart, just in general, because if you've ever been there, you know how it is. So I go there too. It's okay. Anyway, they're all just hanging out on the center section. One of those, I don't know what it was. It wasn't toilet paper, but it was like sunscreen or something, one of those center aisles. And they were just laying, like propping their arms on it, just chatting with themselves, and they could give each other high fives, no problem, right in front of each other. And I walked by with a mask on, and they looked at me like I was an idiot. But that's okay. I just assumed that was their resting face. I encourage you to wear a mask. And you say, well, there's no guidelines here. Let's see. I'm still looking for a guideline on the CDC website. If you are young, healthy, otherwise, your risk activities can increase the risk for others. Okay. This is great. So it tells you right here, but it doesn't give you specific information. Even if you are young or otherwise healthy, you are at risk, and your activities can increase the risk for others. It is critical that you do your part to slow the spread. So in Oklahoma, how do you know if you're sick? Well, you feel sick. Oh, wait, we know that you can be pre-symptomatic for at least 48 hours before you have any symptoms, even if they're mild symptoms. So, but if you don't have symptoms, you're not supposed to wear a mask, right? It still says nothing about wearing a mask on here. I'm going to go back to the website because there's some stuff. Okay, here's guidance. I've seen several. They may have taken it down because they should have been getting a lot of flack from this from the very beginning. Prevent getting sick. All right. Yep, no vaccines. It says nothing, just social distancing. Oh, from someone who's sick, right? This person is sick, so he's supposed to wear a mask. How to protect yourself. Okay. Sneeze through. Okay. Oh, and even tells you here, these droplets, it spreads. Sorry. So through droplets, respiratory droplets, you may not be able to see them, but I've been spitting while I'm talking. And I don't do that a lot, but everyone does, just a little bit droplets, aerosolized droplets. And they're coming out. If you cough and you sneeze, definitely, we know those come out. Okay, clean your hand, avoid close contact, stay at home, cover coughs and sneezes, wear a face mask if you are sick, and if you are not sick, you do not need to wear a face mask unless you are caring for someone who's sick. Okay, this is horrible advice. Yes, I'm telling you, your government is telling you bad advice. When you're out, you should be wearing a mask. I'm not saying that you should be wearing a N95 respirator. That's ridiculous. First off, you can't find any. If the nation was filled with them, then yeah, you should be wearing those when you go out. But because we're not, I'm a realist. You should be wearing a homemade mask. It can be a cotton mask. It could be a bandana. Why? Because here, these droplets can land in mouths or noses of other people who are nearby and possibly be inhaled into the lungs. So, who's coughing? Who coughs? Uh, I want to take a poll. I've got three. Oh, Suja, I didn't see your. Uh, so, welcome. Now, of you guys that are on, go to the chat, and I'm not going to do it. Who coughs? Everyone coughs. Why do we cough? We're in Oklahoma. We have allergies, right? Who sniffles? Who sneezes? Who rubs their eyes? We all do because we're in Oklahoma. But do we have coronavirus? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to stop. So, do we have coronavirus? You didn't see my face there, and I was actually going, oh, I don't know. Do we know if we have coronavirus? How do we know? Well, you can get tested. Well, what are the requirements to get tested in Oklahoma? Well, you had to have come into close contact with someone with coronavirus. Well, how do they know if they had coronavirus? Well, if they've been tested. Well, how do you get tested? See the cycle, it goes on and on and over and over. We need testing to identify if you've had coronavirus. Otherwise, we should assume that everyone has coronavirus. This is basic epidemiology. Now, this could really hurt economics. Oh, wait, the economics of our state and our country have already gone down the toilet, right? Everyone's upset about it. And Governor Stitt's executive order, I'm not going to continue to harp on him because he's not the only one, but he also put in a place where you can add if you want to be an essential company. So now, essentially, everyone. Did you know that you can go and buy a bed right now because they're considered essential? Well, if you want to shop for a mattress right now, that's essential. You need to get good rest. You know, no, that's not essential. Do you need to go be able to go to a car dealership and purchase a vehicle? Absolutely not. That's not essential right now. When we're considering public health, and if you're going to crash the economy, let's do it and let's do it the right way. Right? I don't even think you needed to do all that. But if you would have made an order that says everyone out in the public should be wearing a mask, and it's not because these masks can filter out. So let me get a Kleenex here. This Kleenex here will not filter out the virus. I can breathe it in. First off, you're not going to get a good seal around the top. You're not going to get a good seal around here. I have to shave. You're not going to get a good seal. Plus, this material is too thin to filter it out. But you know what it does? Well, they tell you, sneeze into a Kleenex. Why? Because it catches the droplets. All right, so this is the big deal. If we stop spreading our droplets because we don't know if we're sick or not, those who aren't sick will not catch our potential virus that we're spreading. We don't know if we're spreading it because we don't know if we're sick. Okay, so I don't understand why the CDC can't explain that, but maybe because I'm not there. Here's the other concern that they have, and this is something that, so my grandfather is currently, has renal disease. So he gets dialysis 3 times a week. And he's in there and he has to eat, and he wears a mask. And I thought, oh my goodness, does he even know how to take his mask off? Because what happens when we breathe in? We're breathing in and we're filtering all the air that comes up here. So this is my makeshift mask, right? And this is great. You know, I know that you guys are getting a kick out of this. Here's my makeshift mask. When we breathe, all the air comes up and collects right here. So what do we do when we take our mask off? Most people, oh, I can't wait to get this off my face. And you just pull it down. What have you done? You've just taken all that virus, potential virus, right, from other people that we don't know if they're sick or not. We have to assume they are. They've been talking, sneezing. Okay, it's filtered here. Most of it's collected here on the outside. Not all of it, but enough has. You're going to grab this here, and then what do? You pull it down, and then you go to eat something. So you've taken the virus, put it on your hand, put it on your French fry that you can get through the drive-through, and then eat it, right? Or your gordita crunch or whatever you eat. Put it right in your mouth. So the thing is, with your masks, take them off by the loops that go over your ears. Take them off. And if they're cloth, you can wash them. If they're not, if they're disposable ones, you can toss them. You should. And then what do? Wash your hands. You only need soap and water to get rid of this. Did you know that? This virus has a lipid layer on the outside, and if you can break through that with soap, it's just normal soap and water will take care of it. You can get rid of it that way. You don't need to be Lysoling your hands. Okay. So this whole point that I'm talking about, all right, so this is interesting. We haven't been spreading that. There's been some news podcasts lately that have been talking about should we be wearing masks. And just the other day I saw again, no, we shouldn't be wearing masks. And what is the reasoning? Any ideas? I'm looking over here because that's where I see you guys. But why shouldn't we? Why are we being told not to wear masks? What have you heard so far? Did you see that bubble? I didn't mean to. It's hard to do braces. Any ideas? What ideas do you have, or what have you heard? Put it in the chat box. What have you heard about why we're being told not to wear masks? I don't even think it says it here. Okay, I'm just looking. Oh, it does kind of say it here. Wear a face mask before you enter healthcare. Okay, all right. It can be hard to breathe, and do your best to cover your coughs and sneezes. People are caring for you. Okay. All right. No, it doesn't actually say. What do you guys think? Have you heard? I'm staring at you. Still got a couple of people on here. Why? You don't have to. You don't have to say anything. Can you type in your chat? Must only wear a mask if you're sick. Yeah, that's all we've heard. Is there any reason? Because I mean, if we know that it's spread through respiratory droplets, and we know that a surgical mask or a homemade DIY cloth mask can stop the spread of droplets, why are we being told only to wear it if you're sick? And I've seen this on the WHO website. I'll post a video about that, being told not to wear a mask because they don't work to filter out the virus, which is true. But what do? They stop the spread of the virus from people that are sick. And again, we don't know who's sick. The reason we aren't wearing masks is because we don't want people to make a run on the masks. I've heard this a lot. We want to save the mask for our medical workers. We want to save them for those who are on the front lines actually helping people get better, or doctors or nurses, right? Who are in the actual hospitals where everyone's sick and their spray is going out everywhere, right? Well, their masks, the N95 respirators, actually do filter out virus, and they can do it. And they're actually a very tight seal, and it's quite hard to breathe with them on. You can feel them move back and forth when you take breaths in because they're filtering. It's a very thick mask. It's way thicker than my makeshift, Kleenex mask. But you know what? The sick people, they don't have respirator mask on. Why not? Well, their virus is getting out, isn't it? No, what it's doing is being collected here. So this is, it's such a simple idea. But I think that people didn't want it to panic. The president for sure didn't want people to panic. He wanted this all to go away without any effort. And we don't want to panic people and have them go out and buy masks. Well, let me tell you, all the masks, I've looked because I would have liked to purchase some. They're gone. So now we're at the homemade mask state. So if you want to, I'm going to share my screen after I pull it up. But there's so many sites. DIY masks. And I'm going to get off my soapbox here. Let me go ahead and share the screen. And share, sorry. Okay, so we've got lots of masks on. Why one health says you should wear DIY face masks. Okay, so there's lots of different things. You can make them here. No, this isn't the mask I'm talking about. This would be a good one, right? I'm never going to do that. Too many little hairs that hurt. You can make a lot of them, right? And then they've even got some, right? You can print out a template. Right? That's pretty cool. They've got some that they're actually saying, well, if you put in a HEPA filter, you can do several. And then if you put double-sided skin adhering tape, you can actually make one that filters virus out. And technically that's correct. But hey, let's be serious. That's not realistically going to happen. These here are good enough to stop the respiratory droplets from getting out. And remember, why do we do that? We're healthy, right? Oh, no, we're not. We don't know if we're healthy. I don't know if I have it. You don't know if you have it. You don't know when you stop having it, if you did have it. So just wear a mask. It's not going to. So here's the other deal. I want to stop for a little bit. This is my rant on why you should wear a mask. I think that's good enough. I'm going to stop the video or stop my recording, and then I'm going to let's see how to do this. And then I'm going to start another one because like I said, I'm going to try to not